Hi, and welcome back to Bonaventure Sports Insider. I'm Bridget Dwyer.
And I'm Kyle Meyer. In today's show, we look at the story of Bonaventure men's soccer player Kenzo Brito.
Plus, we'll take a look at a former Bonaventure lacrosse player who's doing big things on the global stage.
But first, I sat down with former Bonaventure basketball player Chris Matthews, known as Lethal Shooter, to discuss his most recent accomplishment.
You're looking at the point guard, over 150 nails sharpened with only 2 inches of error to go through. Stay sharp.
Bonaventure alumni Chris Matthews, who's known by millions online as Lethal Shooter, will forever be etched in basketball history.
Come on, man. I'm going to be going to the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame, where I'll be donating 2 basketball rims and 2 pair of shoes so they can put it inside an exhibit.
Matthews works with the NBA as a global ambassador.
Over the last 6 years, I've been an ambassador for the NBA. So I go to different countries, I go to NBA All-Star to be a face for them, and for them to give me this type of opportunity to be in the Naismith. I mean, come on, bro, it's a dream come true.
Despite his fame and success, he couldn't have reached his potential without his experience at Bonaventure.
My goal is to inspire as many people as I can. So it's hard for me to just feel like I've settled or I arrived. I remember I used to play for Coach Schmidt, and he would always push me to be very uncomfortable. And when I used to play for him, it used to really annoy me. And then as I got older, I realized he was doing that because I wasn't reaching my full potential, because sometimes as a shooter, I would get comfortable. You can never get comfortable as a shooter. You can never get comfortable as a person. You can never get comfortable as a parent. You always want to push yourself to the next level to be a better person. And I think that's something that I learned at St. Bonaventure, where it's just like staying locked in on your goals. And I feel like St. Bonaventure is a place for me. I was always at peace there. You know, I never felt like I was at harm. That place felt like a home away from home. You know, I never missed a meal there. I always felt love. I never felt negative energy there. The teachers always went above and beyond to make sure I understood the schoolwork.
Lethal Shooter shares a message with the Bonaventure community ahead of the basketball season.
Shout out to all the fans that make St. Bonaventure what it is. Shout out to everybody in the town that makes St. Bonaventure what it is. Shout out to all the teachers. Shout out to all the cooks that are there. Shout out to the people that cut the grass, because without everybody, we wouldn't be a family. So I just want to say shout out to everybody a part of the Bonner Nation. I love everybody. So everybody keep putting on for St. Bonaventure, because the world's going to continue to see that we do have a big roar. You know, we might be small, but we have a big roar, and together we're powerful.
Playing college soccer has been quite the journey for one member of the St. Bonaventure men's soccer team.
Gannon Horning and Jeff Canova take a closer look in the first episode of Bonnies Continental Drift.
How's it going, Kenzo?
Good, man.
How you doing? Thank you so much for this time.
Thanks for the
Appreciate it,
opportunity,
man. I'm excited, all right?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah, ready.
Let's get it. In this first episode of Bonnies Sports Insider Continental Drift, a show where we share the stories of some of St. Bonaventure's top international student athletes who first traveled to South America. I had the opportunity to speak with Bonnies men's soccer senior midfielder Kenzo Brito. Behind this great player's success is a story that captures his journey from playing football in Sao Paulo, Brazil, to soccer here in America. You started playing soccer in Brazil. I wanted to ask, when did you start playing soccer, and what were some of those first few clubs that you played early on in your career?
So first of all, thanks for the opportunity for being here. And I actually started playing soccer when I was 5 years old, but just for having fun, you know, because at that age, I believe that we don't really know if we want to play like pro. So I just playing for fun. I started playing only futsal, not soccer. And I think futsal was very important for me, because I learned the basic stuffs, you know. That's why I think I'm a technical player. When I turned 10 years old, I started playing on Santos. I played until 14, and at that age, I think I started wanting be a pro, you know. And then after Santos, I played a little bit for Corinthians.
For any soccer fanatics, Kenzo, those teams or clubs that you just named produce some of the greatest Brazilian talents of all time. You know, think of Neymar when he first began at Santos. Rodrigo Goes from Real Madrid, who, if I'm not mistaken, is a former teammate of yours when you guys were in the academy. I just wanted to ask, how does it feel to have been a part of these clubs and developed under them?
So for me, it was very important, because Santos, Corinthians, they're one of the biggest academies in the world, and so they have the best players in the world as well. So I think that was very important for me because I learned a lot with the coaches, with the players. So I'm very grateful for that.
Kenzo, last season you were one of the best players on this Bonnies team. You scored 4 goals, provided 6 assists, and that kind of helped you win also as well the 2024 Men's International Student Athlete of the Year. How prepared are you as a leader to kind of help this team as they head into these crucial Atlanta 10 conference games?
So I've been working a lot for this moment, you know. I feel good mentoring physically, and I just want to help the team to make playoffs, to win also the regular season, to win the tournament. So I feel good. The team has been working a lot, the coaching staff since the spring. So we're seeking great things this season.
Yeah, well, one of the traditions here that we're going to do with Bonaventure Sports Insider Continental Drift is have the signature of players. You don't mind signing the ball just in case you do make it professionally, my brother? For sure. You sure? Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
That was just a quick look into Kenzo's story. You can watch the full version on BSI's YouTube channel.
The men's soccer team faces off against Dayton on Saturday at noon.
This week, I spoke with a member of Bonaventure's swim and dive team about how her season is going. Let's take a look at what she had to say. Junior swimmer Katie Lyons feels confident about the season so far.
It's a pretty good season. I think in the beginning you just kind of are trying to figure out event lineups and fixing your stroke, tweaking things. Our team's been doing really, really well with that. I think also our team culture is really strong this year, which is nice because it makes swimming so much more fun.
For her, this season is a shift in mindset, even after all of her experience in the pool.
I think this season I'm really focusing on attitude and approaching my races. I mean, I've swam the same things for 15 years. I know what I'm supposed to swim, but I think it just depends on my attitude before and after my race.
Even after all of her experience in the pool. Lyons understands that results take time and practice, but for her, it's worth it.
Swimming's kind of a waiting game. Our season's about 8 months long, and you kind of work the entire season to drop maybe half a second at the end. So it's just focusing on little things every practice and being very cognizant of it, and also persevering, I think, throughout the season. It's as much mental as it is physical.
The swim and dive team visit Lemoyne tomorrow, starting at 11 a.m.
The Bonaventure Lacrosse program has produced professional talent over the last few years, including Zach Belter. I spoke with Belter on what it means to represent Bonaventure on a global stage.
Former Bonaventure lacrosse player Zach Belter earned his first NLL Championship win with the Buffalo Bandits this past season.
Bandits are back-to-back NLL champions!
For Belter, who grew up watching the Bandits, earning the NLL Cup meant the world.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I mean, I've been going to games since probably 2008, when I was 8 years old, and, those are always great memories.
But recently, Belter represented Bonaventure on the global stage, winning silver with Team USA in the World Box Championship.
Yeah, it's hard to put into words. We definitely aren't satisfied with silver, but it was definitely a big step forward for U.S. lacrosse.
While his career skyrocketed after college, Belter said it was his time at Bonaventure that gave him the tools he needed to succeed professionally.
I'm a product of my environment. I was lucky enough to play here for 5 years and have a lot of great teammates, and some of them are still here, and the coaching staff as well.
And there's no doubt Belter will be back again soon.
I love this field. I love the team, love the coaches. It's, any chance I got to come back here, I definitely take it.
Whether it's the national level or global level, Belter stays true to his Bonaventure roots.
The men's soccer team will return home to face Dayton Saturday at noon, while the women's soccer team will also return home to face the Fordham Rams at 1.
The men's rugby team will travel to West Point, New York to face off against Army at 7. The women's rugby team will face off against the Ohio State University in Columbus at noon on Saturday.
The swim and dive team heads to Lemoyne this Saturday. Swim starts at 1 and dive will start at 4. while the cross-country team will run the Aubrey Shank Invitational at 11 a.m. in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania.
Finally, the golf team will go to Powell's Point, North Carolina to be in the ODU Kilmarnock Invitational.
Thanks for tuning into this week's edition of Bonaventure Sports Insider. I'm Bridget O'Dwyer.
And I'm Kyle Meyer. We'll see you in the next episode.